Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to another video. This is the Toyota Prius Plus, and it is an estate looking MPV version of the standard Prius. Dun dun dun, the plot thickens. However, we all know this car and the estate version to be one and only cars for, you ready? Uber drivers! Dun dun dun, plot thickens even more. But anyway, you see a Prius or a Prius Plus on the road, you immediately think of an Uber driver. Not necessarily that they're all Uber drivers, but you still think that all of them are Uber drivers, like me. So you think they can't drive, so you stay away from the Prius. However, besides all of that, we are gonna get into the review right now, or after my montage. So the exterior, and on the pre-facelift, I have to say I do not like it. It looks so soggy, like soggy paper. I don't know how to describe it. It just looks bland, droopy, nothing there, drab, awful. All the negative words, just throw it at this car. The facelift does look a lot better. I still don't like it, but it is better than it was before. It does look more aggressive. However, I am getting a bit of fish vibes from this, so that's now pulling it down. The side profile is probably the only decent part of the looks of this car completely. It looks like an arrow that's about to point, and it's about to go straight right into something really hard. It looks cool. Okay, that's a bit too far. It looks alright. Probably for aerodynamic reasons, but I don't know, I'm not Toyota. The rear of the pre-facelift is exactly the same as the front. Bland, droopy paper, drab, nothing there, etc, etc. Ugh. The facelift does look a lot better, however still don't like it as usual. Looks a bit more aggressive and looks a bit more solidly built. You might be able to hear that I'm starting to get bored of this car already. The interior, well, I do not like the interior of this car. Basically don't like the looks of this car at all, really. Now, the reason I don't like the interior is a personal preference. Now, it's not a fact because it's a personal preference, it's just my opinion. However, because it's my opinion, it's going to be a con later on, but that doesn't mean it will be a con for you. So just bear with me on this and every fact that I give, really. The reason I don't like this interior is because the gauge cluster is put in the center, not in front of the driver. I personally don't like the look of it. I'm pretty sure there are reasons for having it in the center, however, it just doesn't look good. It makes the driver's side look so empty and void of nothing. And it's not just this car. Standard Prius has it. The old Yaris's had it. There was a Toyota Verso that had it. The old Daewoo Matiz, that bloody had it. It looks terrible in my opinion. And it has a gear stick like this. Not that you can call it a gear stick, it's not really a stick. However, it's so short and stumpy, it looks like a on a cold day. The performance? Well, are you ready for the shortest thing of your entire life? It is the one and only amazing, sarcastically, one engine choice you get with the Prius Plus. Let's go! You get a 1.8 litre inline 4-cylinder with an electric motor producing 134 horsepower and 105 pound-feet of torque. Absolutely amazing! I know, right? It weighs a very Lotus 1,500 kilograms plus, and it comes with a god-awful CVT gearbox, which means that when you put your foot down, the revs will sit near the red line until you take your foot off the accelerator, and that means you get a loud droning noise, which is not what you want. 0 to 60 is a very fast Lamborghini at 11.3 seconds, and the top speed is a very Bugatti and Koenigsegg fast 103 miles an hour. Wow, you must be thinking, wow, very fast car, wow, I really want this, it's gonna beat every car at the traffic lights. Yeah, you hold that thought, mate. The practicality? Well, the specs are all over the place on the internet. Some do not give an explanation for this, and some do give an explanation for it. Either way, after so many years of research, I have finally managed to find what each of them mean, and I've got it over here. So, get ready to be blown away by my magnificence of actually being able to understand this. So, with all 7 seats in place, you get a miserable 200 litres of space if you go to the parcel shelf. If you go to the roof line, you get 232 litres of space, plus you get 60 litres of boot space under the boot floor. So, there you go. Now, it is normal for 7-seater MPVs to have really tiny boots with all 7 seats in place. However, it's a con for all MPVs because you got so many people in the car, you can't even fit like one person's luggage in there. When you have 5 seats in place, you have 505 litres of boot space if you go to the parcel shelf level. If you go to the roof line, you get 784 litres. So it is a pretty decently sized boot. The people in the middle row will have decent legroom and decent headroom. So that is completely fine. However, the people in the rear seats, it's a different story. Again, like the tiny boot space in 7-seater mode, in this 7-seater mode, it is normal for the people in the very back to have limited headroom and limited legroom. However, it's still a con because it's still tight, and I mean very tight. The handling? Oh boy, I'm so excited for this. I bet you are. Well, just wait. Just wait. It handled awfully. It was so bland, you're not ever gonna remember it. I'm not saying you buy an MPV to handle like a Ferrari. However, it's so bland and there's nothing there. It's comfortable, I can say that. That's really it. There's just nothing there. This car, like Toyota, it's just, you know, before all this GR stuff came along, it's just nothing there. It's very bland. And it would lean in the corners. Yes, because of that soft suspension. Yes, kind of like the Peugeot 3008 I reviewed last week. So there you go, terrible handler. So is there anything else worth noting? Well, this is just me saying this for no reason at all. Reliability was good. Not that I need to say it because it's a Toyota for God's sake. But yeah, good reliability. Well, I say good, excellent reliability because it's a bloody Toyota. Next is the rims, and basically if you get a lower version trim level of the Prius, you get what looks like alloy wheels that have been fitted very badly. However, they're actually plastic by the looks of it, and that's what's underneath. Some steel wheels, if that's what they are, with no logo in the middle. Yeah, that's what you get. If you get a high spec version though, you get alloy wheels, and obviously there's different ones to go for. So really it just depends on which one you want, which trim you want, etc. So what is the verdict? The verdict is that it has decent middle legroom. It also has decent middle headroom. I'm about to become a rapper now. The facelift does look more aggressive, but you know, still not the best looking car. It is economical because of the hybrid system. It's not going to be the most economical thing in the world. I'm pretty sure there's something else that's going to be more economical. However, it's still very economical, so don't put the fact that it's not the most put you off. It had a good 5-seater boot space. It had great reliability being a Toyota, and it had a comfortable ride. However, the cons are it had a CVT gearbox, which makes it would make a whining noise when you accelerated. There was only one engine choice to go for. The handling was so bland. The body would roll dramatically in the corners. The pre-facelift was just so ugly. It had cramped rear seats, although that is normal for MPVs, still a con though. And the boot space in 7-seater mode was small, however, again, normal. And it makes you look like an Uber driver, if that's what you want. And it had an unpleasant interior design, but that's just, you know, my own opinion. However, that concludes the review of the Toyota Prius Plus/V. If you'd like to check out my main channel. Oh, bye bye. Or not.
Darren, you're stupid.
Yeah, we can see.
Oh. No, Darren.
No, he's not okay. He's a bloody idiot. I will leave a link to that in the description below. If you could subscribe to that, that would be great. It would mean a lot to me. Now, next week's car is going to be this. What is this car? Let me know in the comments. And speaking of that, if you want me to review a car for you, as long as it has decent reviews on YouTube and internet for me to get backs from, then leave a comment below of what car you want to see. And if there is enough information out there, I can easily do a review for you. However, if I've got cars planned before, you may have to wait a little bit for it. But otherwise, that is it, and I'll see you guys next week as your commentator. Peace.